In this video, I'm going to go over the science shown in episodes 4, 5, and 6 of Netflix's BIOHACKERS TV show. There wasn't really enough science in the individual episodes to make separate videos, so I just combined them into one video. If you haven't seen my videos reviewing the science of the first, second, and third episodes, definitely check those out as well. First up, we have the Nanopore sequencer scene, where Lorenz uses an Oxford Nanopore sequencer to sequence Mia's DNA. Oxford Nanopore is a really cool company that makes the device shown in this episode. It allows you to directly sequence DNA and even see the results in real time. I won't go into the actual science of the device here, but compared to other sequencing techniques, the device is way smaller, cheaper, and faster. The cheapest device they offer is only $1,000. The real expense is in the consumable flow cells containing the actual nanopore. It's definitely something that's on my wish list to experiment with at some point. Second, we have the magnet implant scene, where Ole surgically implants magnets in his fingers. Magnetic implants are definitely possible and have even been done before. In fact, it's probably one of the most common grinder experiments. Personally, it doesn't seem like the most practical thing, especially since magnets interfere with a lot of electronics. But if you wanted to, you could definitely do it pretty easily. Third, we have the immune system imaging scene, where Lorenz and Mia look at Mia's immune cells through a microscope. They're not using an inverted microscope in this scene, which is a little strange. For pretty much any cell culture, in this case looking at immune cells, you would use an inverted microscope. Otherwise, you would need to prepare the cells in a microscope slide if you wanted to use a regular microscope. I'm also not sure how viewing the cells under the microscope would show they're the best immune cells. It doesn't seem like they ran any sort of quantitative test. Last, we have the train virus antibody scenes, where Mia and her roommates try to create an antibody to treat the virus patients. I'm pretty sure hospitals should have antibodies available even for rare diseases. If not directly, they probably are able to use their network of other hospitals to get what they need. And I'm pretty sure no hospital is making their own antibodies either. Companies make most treatments, not hospitals. All of that aside, my main issue with this is that you can't amplify an antibody like they keep saying. An antibody is a protein. It's not like DNA. You can't copy or amplify it like DNA. You have to express the DNA coding for the antibody in some host organism and then purify it out. That process can easily take a couple days to weeks. There's no way you can amplify one dose to 25 in an hour like they claim at one point. The rest of what they show as they try to supposedly create the antibody is just not realistic at all. No wonder it doesn't work when they try it, because whatever they supposedly made clearly isn't an antibody. In conclusion, I think the science in these last episodes was a mix between very realistic and completely implausible. For example, the scenes with the nanopore sequencer or the magnetic implants are both based on well-documented real-world science. You could actually go out and buy the working hardware for either one. But on the flip side, the immune system imaging scene and the entire train virus antibody plot were extremely unrealistic. Overall, I'd say these last episodes reflected the overall scientific accuracy of the series, with a wide distribution of accurate and inaccurate science throughout. While I would have obviously liked to have seen greater scientific accuracy in the series, I think the TV show's main benefit will be to make the real biohacker community more accessible to the general public and hopefully allow the movement to grow further.